Hey YouTube, it's Saturday morning. I forget the date. It's either, I think it's the 18th. As you can see, it's basically pouring out, and my drainage is working good. It's heading towards the drain in both spots, so at least I don't have to worry about that. Oh man, unbelievable amount of rain we've had. No, it's not going to flood up on the top of this mountain. It's just that the water's saturating in everywhere. Pretty sure my bucket's overflowing over there on the that roof that I have there for the sawmill. Looks like anything goes Saturday is going to be a flop. Hey guys, so we're still nothing but mud. Just about had it. Again, you can see it's drying up. It rained today about 10 times and it's supposed to rain again. But I managed to get these done. And yes, I was only thinking there was one on here. When I actually saw this when I was making the video, I split the video in two because I was dumbfounded to see that there were two on there. I would have sworn that there was only one. But anyway, we went and got some nice 5/8 inch bolts, put some Loctite on there, and if you look down there you can see they're right in line with the bar. So I think the plastic will hold up good. I don't think it's a matter of a lot of weight on that. It's just that sometimes the log gets hooked onto the edge of this sharp cut and I can't move it. You saw that in one of my previous videos, maybe about three videos or 4 videos ago. So now we have these rollers on all of the back stops, or the side stops as they call them. And yes, we're going to sell them, so we're going to do the commercial now. Come on, Carmine.
What are they called?
They're called side stop rollers. So let's do a commercial on these real quick. Come on, before you go back to school, last commercial, you sell these guys.
Alright.
Go.
Hey YouTube, today on Joe Sell Joe 1 we have for sale our backstop rollers. So Woodmiser didn't send us enough for all of our dogs, or whatever you guys want to call these.
Backstop rollers.
Yeah, so now we made our own backstop rollers, and now we attach them with our bolts and stuff. So now we have our backstop rollers on all of our things so that our logs can roll nicely. So if you guys would like to get your own backstop rollers, check the description, and everything should be there for you guys to know.
Okay, I don't know. I think you need more schooling. You better go back to school.
I don't know what the heck you're still recording for.
He's gone back home in 2 days or 3 days. So that'll be the end of it. So he's having a little bit of fun today. How's our bucket working? Does it overflow yet?
No.
Don't open it. Don't leave it. What's about that far? 3/4 full?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, okay.
Don't open it.
I've got to put a longer hose on that thing yet, though, too. Alright, guys, have a good one.
Just so you guys would appreciate the sun. It's starting to set. Alright, guys, so it's the end of the summer now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a summer recap video. So, like a goodbye for now, summer recap. So I'm not going to see you guys for a couple months now on this channel probably. So I'm going to make a little summer recap telling you guys a list of some of the things that we did, some of the big things and stuff like that, because it's hard to remember all the things that we do in a day. We should have done this last year when I came up, but we didn't think about it. But we're doing it now. So I'll start with the deck. So we did the deck. We had to cut the wood obviously for it, and then we treated the wood, and then we built the flower box. We built the benches with their live edge. Looks very nice. Benches around. Then the fire pit obviously, but the fire pit was made last summer. We put the stones in so it could be nice and flat to go in. So overall we finished up the deck. The deck is completely finished now, and it looks very nice. So that's our first thing. Now this video I am going to be jumping around a lot. There's going to be a lot of cuts so I can like move from one place to another. So that's the deck. Next I'm going to go to the chicken coop. Alright guys, so now I'm over here with the chickens. So I'm going to show you the chicken coop. We had painted the chicken coop, as you guys can see. Now all this stuff, you guys have seen videos of it, most of it. I'm not too sure how much of chicken coop got put in the video. It's probably in the middle of some of it, but in some video. But we painted the chicken coop, and that leads me right over to we painted the wood miser shed. As you can see, the shingles up top are blue, and the rest of it is the white. And we also did the gutter system. So already 4 things on the list. There we go. So the gutter system. So we did the gutter, so now it will fill up this bucket. We'll take this little trash can, and there's a water pump in there so that he can use this, and he can fill his water jug for his wood miser as the lubricant for the saw blade. So that's on our list of things. Now I'll take you guys to... Oh, this isn't even on the list, but I just thought about it now. I made this sawing 22 cents a board foot sign, so that was something that I did as well. I didn't even have that on the list. And there's also one more thing I just seen that wasn't on the list, guys. We made these benches. There's 4 of them around the property. You guys might have seen them in previous videos, but we got a bench here. We got a bench going up the orchard path. Got a bench at the bottom of the hill, down where I shoot my videos. And there's one more somewhere. I think there's one by the shooting range, I believe. So yeah, we got 4 benches, and that's one of our things. We also made the crane, which was a big project. Most of you guys have seen that. The crane, this was a big one. This got done, and in making the crane, I'd never really used the backhoe that much, like the backhoe, but I learned how to use this very well. I wouldn't say I'm very good at it, but I'm definitely alright with it. It's very hard. It's like a hard thing to be steady with the backhoe, and you have to make sure you are, because one wrong move, you could hurt somebody, you could destroy the house or something like that, anything. Things can go wrong, so you gotta pick it up easy on how to work it and use it properly. So that's one of the things I did as well. I can't tell you the amount of times I drove this to go over and drop off firewood or send people the stuff that they wanted, deliver the things that they wanted. So that's that. Can't tell you the amount of logs that we cut this summer. There was definitely a lot of them. I can give you a rough estimate of about how much. We cut, I want to say, 3 times what's here. So what's here, we filled the section right here 3 times this. So that's how much we cut. And now we got this. Grandpa's kind of saving it all for winter. But that's that. So I'm going to take you guys on to the next thing. Let's see what that is. Just one of the little things, guys, I would like to tell you about real quick. We did the maintenance. So maintenance is it's a little thing, but it's a big thing. Like my grandfather taught me this summer, little things matter. And maintenance is a little thing that definitely matters. So we did the maintenance on the cars, the wood miser, the trucks, the tractors, anything that needed like oil change, the backhoe, automatic transmission fluid, all this different stuff. It's all the little things, but they all matter. So little things do matter, and we did the little things. Along with this, guys, the tractor, we had done maintenance on the tractor. We did brakes on the tractor. We raised the mower deck on the tractor so we wouldn't have so many problems with that. On the four-wheeler, we had gotten a flat tire, but we fixed the flat tire. On the four-wheeler, the seat had ripped, so we fixed that with some electrical tape. It might not be the best fix, but it's it's fixed for at the moment. And on the four-wheeler, this kept breaking off just from the wind picking up at the bottom, or from when we would get on, we would accidentally push down on this to get on the four-wheeler. So now it's fixed with a metal plate that we made and put there. So it still works. We got our lights going through it and everything. Everything still works in it, as you guys can see there. But that was just a little thing, but we did it. Grandma's truck. Well, not truck, I can't say truck, but Grandma's Blazer. We fixed the fender here. It was all rusted because someone had sideswiped her on the highway, but it's all fixed now. So that's another one of the things that we're getting done. Another one of our more, I wouldn't say really big projects, but it was a project that took a good day, was the flower boxes. We had to dig down with the backhoe. Or right here we actually didn't dig down with the backhoe. We used shovels and stuff to dig this because we didn't want to, there's a wire running right here and we didn't want to hit it. So we dug this and we made the flower boxes for Grandma. There's one at these windows right here. These windows are on the house as well. That one, and there's one on the other side of the house. So we made the flower boxes for Grandma. And you guys know that we have to do the daily greenhouse and stuff like that. Stuff like that has to get done every day, so that was obviously done and taken care of as well. We also recently, we did this driveway, so we put down tar and we stoned it. So now the tar and the stone, it worked out pretty good. So we're probably going to do it with the rest of the driveway sometime. Not right now because of all the rain and stuff that we've been getting, but it'll get done sometime because we need to get rid of all this mud. As you can see, there's just a little bit here yet, but so we stoned the driveway. That's another thing on our list. And I apologize for all the jumping around. It's just a lot of things on the list. They were not all like in the same area, so just trying to show you guys everything on the list. A little recap as I go to the next thing on my list. Yeah, so reading the list here, found a pretty funny one. So as you guys know, if you guys watch some of the videos, we have commercials in the videos for some of the things that we are making. So I'm going to go into the office right now and I'll show you guys how exactly we did these commercials. It was pretty difficult. I give props to anybody who makes a commercial or anything like that, because commercials, there's a lot of takes, a lot of cuts, a lot of edits and everything. It's pretty difficult. So this is all of our crane work. We didn't erase that, but I had made this Joe Style Joe 1 sign, and then we set the camera up here, and for our first commercial it must have taken us a good hour, maybe two or three, I want to say. It took us a long while just to get one commercial done, because it's just a commercial is pretty difficult, I would say. But after a while we got the hang of it and I figured out how to do them. But our first commercial was definitely a little... Alright, so another thing on the list, guys, we had made this swale here for the neighbor up there. I'll take you guys up there in a minute to show you it again, but there's the swale. We brought it all the way down the road, and this allowed me to learn how to use the transit level and the lock level, which was pretty fun. I found that kind of interesting, so that we could make the swale nice. That also took time to figure out how we were going to do it, how deep it had to be, the downhill and everything like that. But so we built the swale. Alright guys, so I just jumped off the four-wheeler. Now I'm going to show you guys the swale. So I was just saying how we made the swale. This was a time-consuming job. Grandpap was on backhoe and I was on rake and shovel to make sure it was working nice. And as you can see, it's been raining a lot. Today's the first day in, I want to say, about a week that it hasn't really rained. So as you can see, there's no water in here, so the swale's working pretty well. Also guys, we had to tend to the apple trees. We sprayed it for all different types of bugs every once in a while. When it wasn't raining, that's when we had to spray them. So we taking care of the apple trees. There's a good amount of apples on them. I can show you guys some. There you go. You see some apples there. but we did the apple trees, and we also had to do the blueberries. So the blueberries are done for the year now. So the blueberries, we picked all the blueberries that we had to, and Grandma used them. We ate them for lunch actually. We didn't make any wine this year, but we had used them for lunch, and we were eating them as like a little side dish, which they were very tasty. And we have the potatoes here. We had to weed the potatoes. Grandma mostly did that. That was like a grandma thing. That's what Grandma likes to do as we do other stuff, but we did help her. We weeded the strawberries. The strawberries up here we have weeded. They were weeded a little while ago. They probably need to be weeded again. Yeah, I would imagine so. But this patch of strawberries has a lot more than our other patch. This patch down here, something must have got into them and ate them or something, because these were all destroyed. Not necessarily destroyed, but they were all eaten up on this side. So if you guys look over on this side, there's barely any strawberries, but then that side has them all. So the runners will go all over the place. As you can see, there's actually a runner from the strawberry coming out. But the runners will take them over here, and then they'll make more plants and stuff. But it's just this side didn't grow for some reason. We don't know why. We're thinking some sort of animal must have gotten into them and stuff like that. But another thing on the list, guys, we had washed the White House. I really like this house. It's a very nice house. Grandpap spent a lot of time on this house. Yeah, so we had washed this. We didn't do any work on this yet. Grandpap well, I can't say we didn't do any work on it. We prepared for Grandpap to do work. So we had cut the molding, and we cut rosettes for it. So I had to cut like 100 rosettes, I want to say, for around the doors, which I will show you guys. I'll go in and I'll show you guys the rosettes, and I will show you guys the molding that we had to cut. It was like 1,500 linear feet of molding. So that was done, and I don't think... Oh, and we also prepared Grandpap for working this winter. So we put all the tools that he needed on his truck or on the trailer to make them easy access for himself, so that he wouldn't have to be lifting all that heavy stuff. So I made that job for myself, so we had done that. So now Grandpap's prepared and won't have to do a lot of heavy lifting. Alright guys, so I'm in the White House now. It's nice and cool in here. I'll actually check the temperature. It's really nice in here. It is like 52, actually. Yeah, like 52 in here. It's a nice sign. Friends make life bearable. So I came in to show you guys the molding. So this is also for the house. I don't know exactly what this is for. I think it's for the windowsills, like right there. But I'm not 100% sure on what this is for. But this we had cut and is now polyurethaned. We have some of the molding over here that is not polyurethaned quite yet. But we have a good amount of it polyurethaned, which is upstairs now because it's all dry. The box where the rosettes were in, the rosettes are now all upstairs as well. So I'll go upstairs and I'll show you guys that. Another thing that doesn't necessarily pertain to work, but something that I got to do this summer, which I really enjoyed. Grandma and Grandpap, I don't have a car, but they allowed me to use their trucks and stuff to go down to town. If I had to run some errands for them, no matter what, it didn't matter. Like, I didn't necessarily go anywhere for myself because I didn't want to, or I didn't have to. But I would run their errands, and they would allow me to use their either Grandma's Blazer or this truck. I absolutely love this truck. I love the red truck as well, but this truck, we call her Emily, so her name's Emily. And I got to drive this truck for the first time by myself this summer, which I really enjoyed. I'm really liking this truck. Grandpap has a bunch of videos. He rebuilt this truck because the frame was rusted and they told him it wouldn't pass inspection, so he said, alright, fine. And he built this. He rebuilt the frame and he built the truck again. So it looks as good as new. It actually looks amazing. I really like this. I also helped with this as well, but this was a couple years ago, I want to say. Pretty long ago. Yeah, I really like this truck. It's a good truck. That has to go to the dump, so don't mind that. We're just waiting until we gotta get some more stuff because we got more stuff that we have to take. But so that's one of the things that I really enjoyed I enjoy taking the trucks or the car out. So thank you, Grandpap and Grandma, for allowing me to do that. I really appreciate it. Grandpap, you know how much I love this truck. So thank you. Another thing that was done this summer, guys, I had a big brainstorm, I guess you could say. So from all the wood that we were cutting and all the stuff that we were putting through the wood chipper to make mulch and everything, I had the idea when we were editing to make a YouTube channel, the YouTube channel Chipper Versus. So that's another thing that we did this summer. So I had to make the backstop, so that was just one of the things that we did. So we created the YouTube channel Chipper Versus. Along with this, this summer and last summer, the past 2 years, learned how to clean up after myself, like to do it like right away. Because if you don't clean up after yourself like right away, then when you go back to do some work and you might be in the same spot, it's going to be a mess, and nobody wants to have that mess there. So, for example, we filmed some videos today, and it's all cleaned up. There's nothing here. You guys will see those videos eventually. We're trying to prepare for when I'm not going to be able to be up here, so when I can come up after a week or whatever of being in school, and then I can come up when I need to make some more videos. So I had prepared videos today, but I cleaned up after myself. And it comes to everything. When we were using the wood miser, we would always shovel up all the sawdust. We would always clean everything up. We would always vacuum up all of the stuff that we needed to. When we were in the garage, we would always clean up after ourselves, so that next time we went to tackle a project, we didn't have to worry about doing that. So we always cleaned up after ourselves right away. So that's a very important thing that I learned this summer. Alright guys, and every year that I'm up here, I usually do a project. Last year, I made myself a plaque with a bird on it. Now this year, I made this walking stick, and I told you that I would keep you guys in the loop of how it is going. And it is just about finished. I'm using this wipe-on polyurethane, and I am doing coats every 2 hours with it. Until it looks as good as I want it to. As you guys can see, it's really shining. Wow, it really shines on camera. It looks really good. But I'll give you guys a little show of this. So, and it's not just a walking stick for me. It's a memory stick. So every image on here or anything that's on here is so that like I can remember things, or just so I could have it. You know, I'm sure some of you guys understand this. So we got this bear here. It's at the top of the memory stick. So the bear represents George, and if you guys know George was the bear that would come around all the time. His name was Curious George, George for short, because George went to every single window, every single door around the house the first time he came to visit to see if he could come in the house. So I was like, this bear is very curious. He's Curious George. So George, that's George here. So I'll let you guys see this. I think it turned out very well for my first time doing any types of carving or anything like this. And then I have a cross that's also at the top. That's higher than George. It's nearly almost at the top. So I put a cross on it as well. I did an AK-47. There's an AK-47 on this. So there's an AK-47 because one of my grandfather's friends came over and they have an AK-47, so I'm not going to turn down an opportunity to shoot a gun like that. So I was like, yeah, of course I'll shoot it. So I was like, how do you do it? How do I do this? And they were like, this is how you do it. They taught me, they showed me, and I got to shoot an AK-47 and I loved it. This one doesn't really have much meaning behind it, but it was just a nice one that I wanted to put on. So it's a mama bear right here. She's walking through the woods. I got one pine tree. So that's the mama bear. And then we got two cubs playing behind her. This cub's on top of that cub's back. And we got another pine tree. So this is just one that it just looked good. It looks really good. Not to sound like conceited or anything, but like I just think this turned out very well. And then I also have two little quotes here that Grandpa and I had said over the summer a lot, or things that I learned. Half a pie is better than none. So basically what that means is exactly what it's saying. If someone's going to give you a half a pie, why would you say no? Because half is better than none. So when you're doing something just, it's very hard to explain, I guess you could say. I guess it's, wow, this is hard to explain. It kind of explains itself. A half a pie is better than none, so I'm just going to leave you guys at that with that, because I can't really know anything else of how to explain that. Another thing over here, I'll have to turn this, so give me a second, you'll have a cut, and I'm going to put on some gloves so I can turn this nicely, because it's still a little wet, but I'll show you guys what's on the other side. But there's some things that we did, or memories that I wanted to do, but there's no way of really carving them into something. So I made a little vine going up with some leaves on it, and each leaf has something different written on it. So this one, broken toe, because I broke my toe last summer up here. I broke my toe, we dropped a log on it. The LT15, so that's the sawmill. LT15. I wrote George on here, as you guys can see. George. And YouTube. So that's you guys. So you guys are actually on my stick. YouTube reminding me of Chipper Versus, reminding me of Joe Saljo 1. All the compliments that you guys have given me, everything, all of that is put into there. So you guys have a part on the stick. And fire, I have a fire at the bottom. The fire is for the fire pit that we built. And if you guys just give me a second, I'll wait till the air compressor turns off. Alright guys, so the air compressor just stopped, and I already rotated the stick so you guys can see, and I also just put another coat of wipe-on poly on it, so wipe-on polyurethane. So I just put on another coat of that because I'm doing it every 2 hours. It's that time, so I did it. And this is the one thing that I said I wanted to show you guys when I turned it over, right here. This is Grandpap's handwriting. It's a little fancier than usual. He doesn't usually write in cursive, but I said to him, hey, I want you to write this in cursive, and can you do that for me, please? So he wrote it on a piece of paper, and then I carved it into the stick. So little things matter, as I was telling you guys earlier in the video about the little things. So I wanted that to be on this stick as well. So that memory, that thing that I learned, the little things matter, can stay with me, and generations going down the line can see little things matter, and they can see all these different things that I had done, and they can do stuff too. I want to teach them lessons just like Grandpap taught me. Grandpap taught me a lot, and I thank Grandpap for that. So this is the last thing that I'm showing you guys. So the stick was the last thing that just got finished. So it should be the last thing in the video, I suppose. So this is the part where I'm going to say thank you guys. I'll let you guys see the truck, because for something for you guys to look at while I talk. I want to thank you guys for all the compliments that you guys have given me over this entire summer and all these things. It was nice meeting some of you. A lot of you we were talking to you over the comments, or however we were talking to you. It was very nice to hear from other people, see how people are enjoying our videos. I don't know if he wants to be mentioned, but Steve, I appreciate you. He's a guy from Alaska. That's all I'm going to say. But thank you, Steve. And thank you to a bunch of other of our subscribers. We appreciate you, and we thank you guys for watching all of our videos and tuning in on mine and Grandpap's channel. So, thank you, Grandma and Grandpap, for having me up here. I really enjoyed it. I learned a lot of things. You taught me a lot of things, and I want to thank you guys for that. It was an amazing summer. These last 2 summers have been amazing, and I'm hoping to come up again for my college. As you guys actually might not know, but I plan on going to college up here, so I can stick around with Grandma and Grandpap. So I'm hoping that works out as well. So thank you, Grandma. Thank you, Grandpap. I love you both. And thank you, Bullseye. I know you're over there on the other side of the garage. I love you too, buddy. When I was in here, whenever I was working on the stick, Bullseye, when it's after 8 o'clock, he usually kind of comes at me. And if I don't pet him or something and give him attention, he wants me out of the garage because that's his bedtime. So I like Bullseye as well. Bullseye's a good dog. Alright guys, so that's the end of this video. What am I saying? This is the goodbye for now summer recap. So I'll see you guys probably in a couple months, I'm thinking. Maybe before that, maybe I'll be up helping Grandpa with his videos or something in that nature. Maybe he'll have me doing some work when I come up to work on my videos, because I need to get those working, so I'm going to have to come up during the school year. But thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to comment anything that you guys would like to comment in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe as well to my channel and Grandpa's, this channel. Don't forget to subscribe here. And Chipper Versus, which is link in description. So thank you guys. Have a good one. It was nice seeing you guys all summer and talking to you. Have a good one.